Hey guys, today we're back on the Am I the A-hole subreddit with some extra juicy stories. Have you ever had a friend flirt with and try and steal your man? Well, this is worse. Am I the a-hole for not inviting my sister to my wedding because she always jokes about sleeping with my fiancé? Post by Stella Trace. Okay, so I'm getting married in October. Small, chill, nothing crazy. Should be a good time, right? Except my older sister has a thing where she constantly flirts with my fiancé, like aggressively. And it's always under the guise of, oh my god, I'm just joking, don't be so sensitive. First time she met him, she straight up said, wow, you upgraded. I'd let him ruin my life too. Right in front of me. I laughed it off because I didn't want to seem insecure, but like, what the F? Then she started with the, if you ever get bored of her, you know who to call, comments right in front of me. Oh my god, how embarrassing for her. Why so desperate? I told her it was weird, and she rolled her eyes and told me I'm too uptight. She's made so many little jabs, like, I saw him shirtless once. Damn, girl, you got lucky. If you die first, I call dibs. And too bad you got to him first, lol. Like, it never ends. My fiancé thinks it's awkward, but tries to ignore it. He's not flirtatious back, but he also doesn't really shut it down either. Just gets uncomfortable and laughs nervously. That's not his job, it's yours. She's your sister, you need to handle it. You're putting him in a really awkward position where he can't really defend himself because it will start drama with your family. But he also can't just avoid her because again, it's your family. Last weekend was the last straw. We were at my parents' house and I left to grab something from my car. When I came back, I heard her saying, and I swear I'm not making this up, I mean, if you're having second thoughts, I'm always available. Just kidding. Unless, that was real. That's not a joke anymore. That's a goddamn come on. I snapped and told her that she's disgusting and she can't come to the wedding. She flipped, cried, told my mum that I'm being dramatic, and now the whole family's saying that I'm ruining the family over a joke and that she's just always been flirty and doesn't mean anything by it. Maybe her flirtiness is what's ruining the family. Did they ever think about that? I don't even care if she meant it or not anymore. I just don't want that energy around me when I'm getting married. But now it's this whole thing, and I'm apparently the villain for excluding her and making it a bigger deal than it is. Am I the a-hole for uninviting her, or is this actually insane? Because at this point, I feel like I'm losing it. You said it, you don't want that energy at your wedding. And what about your poor fiancé, who has to deal with non-stop sexual harassment? Personally, I feel like it's gone well past keeping the peace. At this point, just make really loud comments about what a desperate, gross creep she is whenever she starts making inappropriate comments to your partner. Tell her she better keep her hands to herself if she doesn't want to end up in jail with all the other pervs. And if anyone calls you out, just say, it's a joke. God, don't be so sensitive. Is it petty? Yeah, but maybe she'll finally stop when she starts getting a reputation as a massive creep. My 21 female, boyfriend, 24 male, opened up our relationship. Now that I've finally found someone, he wants to close it. Ah, a story as old as time. I come from a small town where everyone knows each other. I was raised in a very strict Catholic household. I was pretty sheltered growing up. No dating, no parties, none of that stuff. So when I moved to the city for college, it was a whole new world for me, and I had total freedom. That's when I met my boyfriend. He's a little older, and honestly, the most amazing person I've ever met. I always get anxious when someone says that. He taught me so much about life, love, and made everything feel exciting. I was completely over the moon when we became a couple. We've been together for 3.5 years now. I had so many firsts with him. Naturally, I assumed we'd get married. He was my one and only. Then, about 8 months ago, he sat me down and told me that he felt like our relationship was losing its spark. I was shocked because I thought we were doing really good. For a second, I thought he was about to break up with me. But instead, he said that we should open up the relationship and explore polyamory. He said it's much more normal now, and that it could really help bring us closer. I was hurt, like really, really hurt. I couldn't believe he'd even ask me that. But I loved him too much. He was my first love, and I didn't want to lose him. So I said yes. He made some rules, like no bringing other people into our beds. We live separately anyway, and to keep things away from places we usually go. But honestly, I didn't care about the rules. I couldn't even imagine being with someone else. I only wanted him. That first month, things didn't get better. I saw him less and less. He was always busy. I checked his social media and saw that he started hanging out with some girl. She posted him all the time. I was burning with jealousy, but I didn't say anything. When I did see him, he was sweet like always, but it started to feel like he was just trying to make up for not being around. I felt like I was the one doing all the work, planning stuff, texting first, chasing after him, holding on so tight while he felt far away. Then, a few months ago, we were supposed to go see a movie together, but he bailed on me last minute. I went anyway. While I was there, I ran into one of my friends, and she was with her older brother. We ended up watching the film together. Afterwards, we grabbed some drinks, and I started to notice how attractive and funny he was. I caught him looking at me a certain way, like maybe he felt something too. I didn't pursue anything though. This was all so new to me. Liking someone else, that felt so weird. I wasn't used to anyone but my boyfriend. He eventually found me on Instagram and we started talking. I told him all about the open relationship and being poly, and he was super chill about it. He said he was happy to spend time with me without worrying about cheating. We started hanging out more often, and honestly, I didn't feel so alone anymore. I didn't feel like I had to beg someone for love. Even the little time I spent with my boyfriend started to feel enough, because my heart didn't feel so empty anymore. One day, after we'd become close friends, he just kissed me on the lips, and it hit me. I had feelings for him, sexual ones, and we ended up hooking up not long after. It was amazing. I felt wanted, cherished. He was so gentle and so generous. I couldn't get enough of him. It felt like he balanced me out in a way that I didn't know that I needed. I finally understood being poly really could mean loving more than one person in a way that felt real and full. I grew very attracted. We even joined a gym together and started working out. He's a busy guy, but always made time for me. Always invited me into his world, his hobbies. I felt special and giddy. This is how a guy should make you feel. The other guy is literally treating her like plan B. Like, if he tries all his options and can't get laid, then he'll message her. Otherwise, he's busy. Then, this week, my boyfriend comes to me and says, I think we should close the relationship and focus on each other. Yeah, he got dumped. I was so confused. I asked him, why? Things are going really good for us. He said, it's time to think about the future and building something serious. Then he brought up my religion. You're Catholic. You should understand. If you want this to last, it has to just be the two of us. Wow, where was all this when he wanted to be poly? Didn't think she'd actually go out exploring herself, hey? Since she's Catholic. When I hesitated, he started guilt-tripping me, like I was doing something wrong. Like I wasn't thinking of us. I love him, I really do, but now I just feel confused. I feel upset. I didn't ask for any of this. He opened that door and I just followed him through because I loved him. And now that I've found a little joy, he wants to shut it all down and it feels unfair. I don't know what to do. Here for advice and support. Down in the comments, Truth Fairy made a suggestion that I totally agree with. The other girl dumped him. Check her socials. I bet he's disappeared off them. You should close a relationship with the new guy. He sounds awesome. And Opie replied saying, looking back now, she hasn't been posting about him at all this month. Yeah, he got dumped. That's what this is all really about. Her posting about him on her socials makes me wonder if she knew that OP existed. Like, was he cheating with her behind OP's back? But then she wanted to become official, so he asked OP to become poly? Sounds like he got serious with this girl real quick. Update 5 days later. I spoke to my boyfriend and told him that I don't want to close the open relationship. I've grown to really enjoy dating the other guy, and it's not something I agreed to just to experiment. I told him it should be a joint decision, that you can't just open and close a relationship as you please, especially when someone else's feelings are involved. I also told him that I was incredibly disappointed that he brought up my faith, knowing how much trauma and guilt I've carried from my religious upbringing, and how manipulative and unfair it felt. He didn't respond to my comments about religion, but instead said, "If you want a future with me, then this needs to end, or we're done." So I told him, then it's done. He got heated and said that I was throwing away a nearly 4-year relationship for a guy that I've only been seeing for a few months, and then tried to make me feel guilty. But I reminded him that he was the one who lost the spark, the one who wanted to sleep with other women, and the one who opened up the relationship in the first place, not me. I just agreed because I loved him and hoped he would realize that I'm the only one for him. I didn't ask for this. After some time, he calmed down and we had a long emotional conversation. He cried, he apologized, he told me that he should have ended things instead of trying to fix our relationship with polyamory. He admitted that he still loves me and that seeing me happy with someone else made him feel jealous, even though he knew he had no right to be. He said he probably deserves the pain and he respects my decision to end it. Ugh, this sounds so manipulative. We hugged and agreed that even though our relationship is over, the first 2 years were beautiful. We'll always have a place in each other's hearts, even though the relationship has run its course. Later, I met up with the other guy I've been seeing. I told him everything, that I ended things with my boyfriend because I didn't want to let him go. I told him that I'm not rushing into anything, and that I don't expect him to give me all his time or energy right away, but that I'd love to date and see where things go. That's when he opened up and told me that watching me stay with my boyfriend while we were seeing each other was hard. He said it hurt him, but he kept quiet because he liked me so much, and he knew what he was getting into. He said he never intended to be in a polyamorous relationship, but only agreed to it because he really wanted to be with me, and didn't want to lose the chance. He said he secretly hoped we'd break up because, in his words, you deserve someone who wants you completely. Aww! Yeah, he's absolutely right. He said he likes me a lot, sees a future with me, and wants to date just each other for now. We're not rushing into anything exclusive, but we've both agreed to not see other people and see how this naturally unfolds. So, even though I'm mourning the loss of my first relationship that meant the world to me for so long, I feel hopeful. I feel like I'm stepping into something new, something healthy, something that only involves just 2 people. Oh, I love stories that have a happy ending. So rare on Reddit. On that note, thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day. See you next time.